Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be a little bit of a mix of a few different things that I see whilst away on vacation here in the USA. We've had no videos up over the last week or so because I've been away on holidays. So starting off, going to take a wee bit of footage today and over the next day or so I'll compile it all together, see what I come up with, see what I see. If I see something interesting, I'll maybe get the drone up and we'll take different clips here and there along the way. We're starting off in a John Deere dealership not far from where we are staying. It is a Prairie Tractor here in Dixon, Illinois. So if you want to look it up on the map, you'll see roughly where I am. There's two dealers not far away from each other. There's one here in Dixon and another one in Princeton, Illinois. So I may actually be in Princeton later and I'll have a wee look around it. There's not many tractors here, so maybe there'll be some more in Princeton and we'll have a look at those as well. Just looking at some of the tractors they have here on the lot, as they call it. A 6145. This is a European built tractor, loader ready. Bit different than at home, not as well spec'd as at home. See the indicators non-existent here on them on the front. Cab is a little bit more basic, no fenders on them, which is pretty normal over here. They don't bother with them, and yeah, just a bit different. It is loader ready. It has a bar axle. The tires are a wee bit different. The tires are usually narrower here than what we'd have at home. No pickup hitch. Just a swing and drawbar axle, or swing and drawbar for towing the trailers, and then as well on the 3-point linkage. It's just old school. It's like what we had years ago at home. It hasn't got the quick category 3 arms on it. A lot more basic, and even around the back end it's a lot more basic and simple. But yeah, it's just how they spec them here. A lot more basic, especially on these tractors here. There is Prairie State tractor there. This one is actually open, so we'll have just a quick look in. The tractor itself is, you can see, it's just a standard auto quad transmission in it, and yeah, pretty basic. Similar inside to what we have at home. So yeah, that is the start machine. Mirrors as well is just pretty basic as well. We'll have a little look at these bigger machines over here now. Alright, so into some bigger stuff here. 8R 370s and an 8R 310. Yeah, so a lot bigger machine. Where would you be going with this at home? Again, pretty basic around the back end. Compared to the tractors at home, they haven't got as much stuff in them, even though this one here is isobus ready, has isobus connection on it there, and these here look like they're all power beyond connections and trailer brakes on it as well, which the other tractor didn't seem to have. This here I think is your electrical connection socket for your lights and stuff, so a wee bit different than at home. Yeah, PTO on this one as well. Yeah, so big girl. She is a big girl. Let's see the door open and we get up into her and see what's like inside. Alright, so inside, very fancy seat in this compared to even the seat that we have in my tractor at home. It's a level up from what you can get in them. I think the seat is only available in the 7R and 8R and up, but everything else is very much similar to what I'm used to at home. This tractor here, these 7 and 8Rs were available with the touchscreen radio before you could get it in the 6R series at home, but you can get it in them now. But it's very much familiar. Everything's very familiar in it. A couple of things that I like in it. See this here, all footrests, so you can rest your feet on that if you want to put them up a little bit, which I think is a kind of a neat job. But yeah, nice view out of it, and definitely something I could see myself spending a few hours in if I got the chance to ever drive one of them. So moving away from the newer stuff, I spotted this coming in and I was dying to have a little look at it. 4650, so she's one of the the big 50 series machines. It's a couple of throw-ons. The later step on the 3650, like what we got at home, was based on these here because we're available on these first. But yeah, she's a big girl. She's on a set of jewels on the Rio. It's actually very straight, very straight. We look inside and just see what it's like, but she's in good nick. Don't know what horsepower. I'd say it's something around 200 horsepower. She's opened. We can have a wee look and see what it's like inside. Oh, the hours is actually here. I thought it was digital. 7,459 hours, which I am presuming on the condition of the tractor is original. So I put the drone up just to get a little bit of an overview of some of the machinery there is in the yard, and I suppose as we're flying over, we'll just describe kind of what we're seeing. This first row that we look at, a lot of cultivation machinery here. There is also some of those HS hay rakes, you'll see them along the way, but yeah, the first couple of machines there is all those large cultivation equipment. We've then got some balers, some grass mowing equipment. Those are the kind of, well, they're almost like grass toppers. They're used here a lot of the time just for cutting out along roadsides and keeping grass under control around the farms. A few smaller tractors now as well, and then different kind of mowers, hoppers, bins, all different stuff. There you see some more of those hay rakes there at the back. They're almost like the big Viking lilies that we had years ago back home. On to corn heads there now. There's corn heads, then there's the combine head like for beans. There's a good few of those there as well. So just a number of corn heads, combine headers along the back. Yeah, a lot of the headers are fairly big, 40-45 foot, and then the corn heads are anything from 10, 12, 14, 16 depending on the size. Another row of stuff here, again some cultivation equipment, some drilling geo discs, just different variations of different kind of cultivation equipment. And then there's three seeders then here at the back for putting down. They'll sow either your corn, maize, or I think they'll sow the beans as well. So yeah, just variation of different things. Lastly, just out the back then, just put the drone around to see what there was there, and they had some combines. This one was actually brand new. So yeah, it doesn't look like it had done anything at all. A lot of the combines now are coming on these wider wheels now rather than the duals, which is something that you're seeing more. So yeah, so I don't know whether these machines are in just for service. These other used ones in for service, maybe they're customer owned and in just to get some service done, or maybe they're traded machines that are in and just there for maybe getting some work done to them before being washed up, polished up and put out the front for sale. But there's a good few combines lying around, all reasonably fresh enough combines. So yeah, these are another two used ones here as well. There's another this one was used as well, and then there's a couple of older tractors or two. Take a wee bit of footage now and we can have a look at those as well. I just take a wee bit of GoPro footage and we have a look at them a bit closer. Here's something you're starting to see a lot more of over here that you didn't see a number of years back. It's wide wheels now on the combines. It used to be all duals, but they're starting to move away from them and going to flotation tires a bit more, which makes a lot more sense than the duals. Look at these here. I like these 4955s. These are some of the last of this type of tractor. The 55 series replaced the 50 series late on, so this is one of the later ones. So yeah, it's a later model than the one we just seen the 4650 that we just seen around the corner. But yeah, very nice. Just look into it and see. It's, you know, it's got the dark brown interior in these as well. I don't know if the tractors over here ever had the lighter tan interior. All looks to be the dark brown interior. But yeah, lovely machine. Nice one of these. Like a bit like at home, fetches a pretty penny. A couple more 55 series 2-wheel drive this time. It's a 4455 and 4255. Well, it looks like a homemade set of fenders made up for it. So yeah, nice machine. Oil change done at 6,900 hours, so that'll give you kind of an idea of what hours is on it. But yeah, nice machine as well. The 4455 is set up on this drill. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 row drill. So yeah, obviously no problem to pull it. And it's on a set of joules as well, 18.4 by 38 joules. So yeah, nice. I see it could be a customer machine that's just in getting maybe a bit of work done, I would say. But yeah, corn planting machine. It's all emptied out anyway. But yeah, we'll have a little look at this combine header and just see what is the story with it. It's an RD 45F, which will mean it's a 45 foot. So she's a pretty big one. You wouldn't be long getting through some acres with this machine. And it's got the belt system. It doesn't have the auger system like what we'd have at home in a lot of combines. It nearly all went to this belt system. It works better, I think, for the beans that they cut over here, the soya bean. And then you have just a single auger in the middle of the belt here, and belts take it to here, another belt then that rotates it back into this auger, which then feeds it into the combine itself. But yeah, big header. And it looks to be, most of the headers here are 45 foot that's in the yard. So say new combines, that's probably about the average. So yeah, little look around Prairie State Tractor and some of the machines they have in stock. So driving along, and I seen this operation going on in one of the fields. So this is a practice a little bit different than what we got at home. What this guy is doing is crops have been harvested. There's been some bit of cultivation that's been done in the field, and he is now coming along with fertilizer, and he's putting in the fertilizer for next year's crop. So what they're doing is, you can see the tank is coming along behind. I'm 99% sure that it's a gas nitrogen that he's putting down. That it's coming. I don't think it's just a liquid. I actually think it's gas. So what he's doing is he's injecting the gas into the soil. The gas, then it's buried down whatever depth it is, maybe 4 and 3, 4, 6 inches, whatever it is. It's buried down in the soil. It's put down now. It stays there over the winter. It lies dormant. And what happens is then when you come along in the springtime and you plant your crop, whether it's, I don't know whether what's going in here, whether it's soybean or it's corn, whenever it starts to grow and it gets to the point where it needs the fertilizer, the root goes down and then takes the nitrogen that you've put down now. It's there for it to use when it needs it. So it's very much a different system than what we got going on here. Yeah, plenty of technology involved in it. So yeah, it's all linked to, it would all be linked to the mapping system on the tractor itself. You'll find that the combine, as it passed across the field, would have mapped out what yield was being taken of all ends of the field, and then where it's needed, it'll put down a bit of extra fertilizer here and there, or a little bit less in some places. So there's lots of technology involved. The tractor is driving around on GPS here, so the driver doesn't have that awfully much to do other than just keep an eye on everything and make sure it's all running smoothly. But yeah, some great technology involved there. So moving on to the next bit of action that we come across, we've seen these guys offloading just along the road here, and we pulled in, popped the drone up, and got a wee bit of footage of what they were up to. So we actually got talking to them, and what they're doing is they're spreading lime. So the lime, we're used to the lime at home. It's much more like a white colour, very much dusty. And this here, it seems to be, it's a darker in colour, and it is also a lot damper. So yeah, they're just loading it up here at the minute, and then when they get spreading, what they're doing is they didn't take on to spread the whole field. It's to do with the mapping on the combine as it's cutting, and it kind of indicates in the areas where the yield isn't where it needs to be, and they can use the mapping system, and they only put the lime on in certain areas of the field and at variable rates, so as to have the ground able to grow better yields across the whole acreage of the land. So yeah, some good technology in that as well. Yeah, John Deere loading shovel that is loading the lime spreader drop, and you can see they're a self-propelled lime spreader. These ones, I don't think, some of them are like trikes, if you like, they're like 3-wheelers, and some of them have 4. So I think these ones here, just because there's a number of days since we took this footage, but I think these ones here all have 4 wheels. I can't really see them that well here because I'm doing the voiceover on a very small screen. Yeah, so that's that. We've been footage of that, and I'll just pop a wee bit of music up onto it, let you watch that, and we'll come on then at the next thing that we come across. So on to the next bit of action we come across. It was a guy cultivating, and he was doing the cultivation with an older tractor, an older 40 series tractor. So that's straight away got my caught our eye, and something that we wanted to pull in and just see a little bit of action of it walking. Now, he was covering the ground pretty well, because we've seen him now as I take the footage, and then about a half an hour, 45 minutes later, and he was making good progress across the field. The tractor itself, I thought initially it was a 4440, but it's actually I think it's a 40, it's either 4640 or 4840 that is doing the work. So a bit more horsepower, and no problem for it to pull this cultivator. The cultivator was actually doing a good job. We commented on that at the time. It's buried down well in the ground, and it is fairly churning things up, you can see there. But nice picture. very much a picture that you would have seen across 1980s America, as though these tractors would have been out in their hundreds all over the countryside, walking back in the day. So yeah, nice bit of footage of that walking. So yeah, enjoy the bit of footage of this, and we'll come back then when we get on to the next clip. So on to the next bit of footage. This is again, just we were driving along, we seen a cloud of dust a couple of fields over from the road we were travelling on. So we knew there was some work going on. We took a few minutes to travel over and see what was happening. And we're glad we did, because it was one of the new X9 John Deere combines in action. It's the first time I've seen one of them in the flesh. And it didn't disappoint. Yeah, the one thing that we remarked when we seen it working was just the speed and pace that it could take down the field with it. I think this is a 16 row header that's on this combine. It could just fly with the 16 row header on it. The acreage that it's capable of doing in a day is just savage. So yeah, I've heard about them, but never seen any of them until now. So yeah, just nice time of the evening too to be taking a bit of footage, because the sun's low in the sky and you get those really nice shots where, you know, sun's on the other side, you can see the cloud of dust leaving. You'll see a couple of nice shots that I get just as the clip goes on. So this is the final bit of footage on this video, so I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, we'll finish it out with a bit of music, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.